The arrests were made on April 29th, I believe.
Okay, and what prompted them?
Well, what prompted them was we'd had a series of complaints from the residents of the building as well as the administrators of Englewood Housing with respect to criminal activity inside the building. It had been going on for the better part of 8 months to a year and had increased in frequency in the last several months.
Specifically, what had people seen?
Well, what had happened was we came to the senior building on the basis of multiple complaints and had an audience of all the seniors. They organized the residents meeting. And about 100 seniors, for the better part of 2.5 hours, told us of their concerns with respect to the lack of security in the building, to the type of conduct that was occurring between vagrants, between people using narcotics, prostitution, just undesirable elements within the building, which essentially had forced the residents of the building to become prisoners in their own apartments.
I see. So they were concerned for their own safety, and tell me why. What was going on inside that? Was it one apartment?
Well, no, it wasn't one apartment, actually. It was several apartments. What had happened was the level of activity had gotten to the point where the seniors were restricted from even using their own activity center. They'd found narcotic paraphernalia, they'd found condoms, so they found people sleeping in stairwells, that type of thing. So as a consequence, I ordered undercover officers to go into the building for a period of several days to try and identify which apartments were being utilized and who the people who were involved were.
So it was how many apartments about?
Well, there were two that we found specifically on the same floor, acting independent of one another. We don't believe that they're working in concert in any way. They were utilizing their apartments for people to ingest narcotics and to engage in prostitution.
I see. And these were the people who were running this were residents?
That's correct. They were senior citizens and they were residents of the building.
Okay, and 3 arrests total?
3 arrests total. We are continuing our investigation. There may be more forthcoming. But as of now, those are the 2 apartments we believe were primarily responsible for most of the activity within the building.
I see. And going forward, are you going to be changing or addressing the security in the building?
Well, obviously, the Englewood Housing Authority has the same financial constraints and consideration that the police department or any organization has currently. But we'll work in concert with them. We have officers assigned on a 24-hour basis to go into the building and spend a significant portion of their tour within the building, working with the seniors, trying to establish relationships. They've been afforded not only business cards but cell phones for 24-hour use where the residents can contact whichever officer they choose and report anonymously or identifying themselves what type of problems they're encountering. And we're hoping going forward that the citizens inside the building will be more willing to coordinate with us and give us an idea of what their problems and concerns are.
Okay, just the last question. I mean, as the chief of police here in town, what's your take on, what's your reaction when you heard about what was going on?
Well, obviously, as I said, we have been hearing periodically of complaints within the building, but certainly when we spoke to the seniors and recognized the pervasive amount of activity that was simply affecting the quality of life within the building, we knew that we had to take some immediate action.